To make this bow pendant key ring with this bow design here, what you're going to need is a split key ring. I'm using a hexagon bead. I mean, if you don't have one, you can just use a normal bead or none at all, but I just think it looks nice. So that's a hexagon bead here. And also nice little charm. If you want to put it, you don't have to put it. Nice little charm. Using some seed beads. You'll also need 3 smaller jump rings and 1 larger one. 22 gauge jewellery making wire. You'll need a ruler. You'll also need round nose pliers, and I like to mark them so I know I want the size of the loops to be the same. I mark them with tippex. You need flush cutters, flat nose, chain nose pliers, and I also have bent nose pliers just to pick up the beads mainly. So I always have the same kind of tools. And I also have just a bit of paper because I just like to measure, just do measurements. So the first piece we're going to make is the bow. So to make that, you'll need to get out your 22 gauge jewellery making wire. You need your flush cutters, and then you're going to need a ruler. So first of all, we're going to cut 4 inches of the wire. So 4 inches here. Keep my finger there. Going to pick up the flush cutters and cut it. So that's 4 inches of wire. So to form the wire, you're going to need obviously the wire, your round nose pliers and a ruler. So you're going to go in, measure 1.5 inches, which is here. Keep my thumb there. I'm going to pick up my round nose pliers. I'm going to use the larger part and form the bow. Like that. So first of all, we're going to just bend it round. Wrap it round. So the first step, it should look sort of like a P. So next you're going to position it this way. You're going to pick up your round nose pliers. You're going to go to the mark, that larger mark here, like that. Just kind of bring it down. See, it's on that, have it near to that mark. Yeah, there it is. So you're going to hold it like this. Trying to bring it nearer. Hold it this way, like that. And then you're going to bring the long part of the wire and you're going to bend it all the way around, like that. So it should now look like this, like you've got a figure 8 going across or a pair of glasses. I'm going to turn it around because I want this long bit. I'm going to curl this long bit here. So I'm going to put it here. I'll use the smaller bit, and then this bit I'm just going to twirl it all the way around like that. You might have to make some little adjustments. So it should look like that. I like to make some little adjustments. I think I'll use my bent nose pliers and just bring it. Make some little adjustments. Now, time to thread the legs. Get out your beads and have your flat nose pliers near. I might be using flat nose pliers, but I'll definitely be using my round nose pliers. Well, I'm going to thread the legs but not all the way. I'll leave about half a width. I'll start to thread the legs. One leg's a bit shorter than the other, so I'm going to cut it to make it equal. But I mean, you can have one leg longer than the other if you want. But I think I'll probably end up cutting it just to make it equal. So I'm going to start to thread. So sometimes I like to use my bent nose pliers to put them on. To thread them on with my bent nose pliers. And I like to alternate. So I have threaded my legs. It looks a bit long. So I'm going to cut it a little bit. And cut up a little bit off. Putting my finger there in case it flies. And sometimes I like to take my flat nose pliers and bend it like that. And then pick up my round nose pliers and use the end of the round nose pliers and gently form a circle. Closing it. So that's the first leg. And I want the loop to be the same, look the same as the other one. So I shall now thread the other one. So this one is black at the top, so I'm going to alternate it by putting a clear one. So I think the legs look equal now. So now I'm going to bend, now I'm going to form a loop. I'm not going to bend it with the my other pliers. I think I'll just go to the very end and turn it. Gradually turn it. Right, this hoop looks a little bit bigger than this one. So what I will do is just open the hoop and chop a little bit off. Got to be careful. Put my hand there and chop a bit off. Because I want the loop to look the same size as this one. So I'm going to now just turn it in and see. Go to the edge and gently turn it in. Still a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to chop a little bit more off. A tiny bit more. That's it. I've cut a little bit more off, and I'm going to bring it in. I've chopped a bit off, and then I'm going to close it. Oops. I'm going to gently squeeze it, because I want the loops to look the same. Whilst I'm holding it, the beads can move a bit, so I'm just pushing them down. And I think I'll pick up my flat nose pliers and just press at the top there. Right, so we've finished our bow. So the next bit we're going to make is this pretty fancy bit. So what you're going to need is your ruler, some wire. You're going to need 4 seed beads and this bigger bead. Or if you've got a diamond, if you've got a round bead or some other bigger bead to put in the middle, and you might need a little bit of paper. Measure 4 inches of wire and cut it. I've already cut 4 inches of wire, so make sure you get the wire out, cut 4 inches of wire. So now that you've cut the 4 inches of wire, we're going to just bring our round nose pliers nearer. We're going to go 1.5 in. So we've measured 1.5 in. Measure 1.5 in, and then we're going to use the large marking and put it on, so it should look like that. Using that size, we're going to just bring it right around and downwards till take it off so it looks like a P. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up my flat nose pliers and I am going to wrap about four times. I'm going to wrap the coils near to each other and tight, but not overly tight, but because if it's very tight, it'll break. But wrap around 4 times. Try and keep the coils together, near to each other. And as you're wrapping, you might find that it gets a bit more stiff anyway. Yeah, about 4 times like that. And we're just going to straighten the head by putting it back into the round nose pliers. And kind of straighten it. Bring this up here and straighten it like that. Now, obviously, we don't want this bit sticking out. So I'm going to pick up our flush cutters. We're going to be careful. Put our finger there so it doesn't fly. And give it a cut. And obviously, you can see this little bit here, which we don't want because it's sharp and pokey. So I'm going to pick up my chain nose pliers. And I'm going to gently tuck it in. Just going to bring my row in a little bit. The head's still a bit wonky, so I'm just going to go back in. Make it look nice and straight. So the next thing is we're going to put on your little seed beads. I'm going to put my clear one on, black one, and then my nice little hexagon. So it should look like this. So the next thing is we're going to put on the seed beads on the other side. So I think I'll put on a clear one. And then thread on a black one. So it should look like that. So the next thing is I'm going to pick up my round nose pliers, going to put where that large marker is for the larger part of it. And I want this bit to be the same size, this row to look the same size as that. So sometimes that's why I might get my bit of paper and measure it like that. And then measure it like that so it's almost the same. So the next thing is we're going to just bring down this bit, wrap it right around, and then bring it down. So it should look like this. And I want the loops to be the same size. So just checking. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, it's time to wrap. So I'm going to just clamp it with my flat nose pliers and wrap again. I've wrapped it about 4 times. So I'm just going to wrap it again so it's equal as possible. So I'm just going to wrap. And it gets a bit tighter anyway. So I've wrapped it like that. I'm going to straighten the head by placing it back into my round nose pliers and gently bringing it across. So it looks like that. So obviously we need to get rid of this long sharp bit here. So we're going to pick up our flush cutters. We're going to go near, hold there because it's going to fly, and then cut it. I think I can cut a little bit more. There. And then I'm going to pick up my chain nose pliers because obviously I want to just close it in. So it should be like this now. I like to just straighten it out a little bit, straighten this loop a little bit more. So now get out your 2 little jump rings. Now with your little jump ring, with one of the jump rings, we're going to open it across. Like that. And we're going to hook it on one side. And then you're going to get out your beaded bow. You're going to thread it on. And then you're going to close it. So it should look like this. Now get your split key ring. We're going to open it. We're going to open it across. Take off that chain bit. Next thing, we're going to open our jump ring. And now this is open. We're going to put it onto the larger bit like that. And then close it. So that's should look like that. And the next bit we're going to just do is this piece. So we're going to open the other jump ring, put the heart on. And then that long bit of chain. And then close it. So that's that step. Then we're going to open the other jump ring. Hook it onto the split ring. And then hook the heart bit onto it and then close it. So there you got your lovely fancy beaded bow pendant key ring. And I have also made some videos of making this pendant into a necklace a bracelet, and a ring. So if you haven't seen those, I'll link them down below. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you like the video, please press the like button and the notification bell so that YouTube lets you know that I've made another video. And any comments and questions, please pop them down below. I've also going to link my social media so you can see what I've been up to next. And also I have an Etsy shop selling handmade key rings and phone straps and jewellery, with much more to come. So I'll just link down the next related video.